Hey, thanks for joining us today as we're going to check out Miami Township, one of the 12 townships located in Hamilton County near Cincinnati, Ohio. Make sure you stick around until the end because I'm going to show you some amazing views from one of the roads here in Miami Township that I think is going to leave you breathless. If this is your first time to our channel, go ahead and hit subscribe and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market here in Cincinnati. I'm Angela Evans with Cincinnati Ohio Living. We get calls, texts, emails all the time from people just like you. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, go ahead and use the contact information in the description box below. I would be so excited to help you make a move here in Cincinnati, Ohio. All right, so today we're going to be looking at Miami Township. Miami Township is located on the west side of Cincinnati here in the southwest corner of the state. Here is downtown Cincinnati, located right along the Ohio River. All right, so Miami Township is one of the 12 townships here in Hamilton County. As of the 2020 census, the population was just under 16,000. Miami Township is almost 24 square miles. And as you'll notice, it has significantly less population. That's because a lot of Miami Township is woodlands, forest, green space. So you're gonna find a lot more nature out here in Miami Township if that's something that you're into. When I show you some houses in my Miami Township video, you will see that I did some talking at Mitchell Memorial Park, which is a really beautiful park here in Cincinnati, located in Miami Township. I like to do Fountain Square when I'm looking up how far something is from downtown, just because it's really central in downtown. So most of the time when you're in Miami Township, you're going to be taking Route 50 all the way in to get downtown here. Looks like it's about 30 minutes, give or take, depending on, if you're in the part of Miami Township where it is quicker to come up here and jump on 74 to 75 and then go downtown. It's going to be the same pretty much either way that you go. And again, just like with Green Township, there's so many back roads that you can take to get down to Route 50, depending on where you live. You can come out different ways and avoid some traffic there if traffic is an issue for you. So as you'll see here, Miami Township is, like I said, in the very southwest corner here of Ohio. It's bordered by the Ohio River on one side, and I believe this is the Great Miami River. On the other side. It kind of looks wonky here how it follows it, but it does follow it all along up here, as you can see, all the way till you get into Miami Town. So you can jump on Route 50 and that will take you over here to 275. And a lot of times when we talk about the greater Cincinnati area, you're going to be talking about anywhere that's within the 275 loop. So here's 275. Okay, it runs all around here. So when people refer to the greater Cincinnati area, that's generally the area they're talking about, is everything in here. That was terrible. Everything in there. So, being able to jump on 275 here super quickly, that's going to get you over here to the airport. Depending on which way you want to go, it's going to take you to the airport in around 25-30 minutes. The quickest way that Google Maps will show you is right here, taking you over to 275 and around to the airport down here in Hebron, Kentucky. You may have heard me talk about this in other videos, but there is the Anderson Ferry that you can jump on right here. You'll see. All right, so the Anderson Ferry is, like it sounds, a ferry at the end of the road, Anderson Ferry, where it hits Route 50, River Road. And you can drive your car right on this ferry. It's super cheap, couple dollars one way. And you can drive then you get off right over here on the Anderson Ferry, Kentucky side. And you just shoot right up here and you're to the highway pretty quickly. And as you can see, the airport is literally right here on the other side of the river. Here's the thing. It's not that big of a time difference if you take the highway versus the Anderson Ferry. Looks like it's only a couple minute difference. However, if you're going to go at peak traffic times, that's when it's going to probably save you some time, gas money, and it'll be faster to go that way. There are a lot of people that use the ferry regularly. Some of us that don't actually need to use it for work, just use it for fun, go on a little adventure. So there's actually, I've taken it across here, and there is a farm right down here along the Ohio River that does, you pick strawberries, blueberries, and it's just a nice little farm to go to in the summertime. So now let's dive in a little deeper to Miami Township in particular, talk about some of the main roads that go through there. Bridgetown Road, which is this 264 right here, that actually runs through Green Township and into Miami Township. Okay, and then it takes you all the way out here to Route 50. Bridgetown Road splits here and it goes to Shady Lane, which is another road that takes you out to Route 50, and there are several neighborhoods off of both of these streets really that have exploded over the last 20 years probably. When I was a kid, there were no subdivisions out here. So those all started being built when I was a kid, and so you can imagine what the population, it's only 16,000 now, it was even less when I was a kid. You'll see that there's a lot of green space here in Miami Township. You have Newman Golf Course, which is right on the border of Green Township and Miami Township. You also have Aston Oaks Golf Club. They have a reception hall that you can have. One of my best friends had her wedding reception there. They have a restaurant. Obviously, they have the golf course. There's neighborhoods built all along this golf course. Condominiums that they have in a place called Aston Woods that's out here off of Bridgetown Road. And you can see Mitchell Memorial Forest is an extremely large forest park here that takes up a lot of Miami Township. And it has nature hiking trails. It's a really fun place to explore. They have a little shelter. They have a small playground area, but it's probably most known for the hiking and really beautiful in the fall. And the lake that it has there. I think it's a 2.5 acre lake. It's stocked. It is a catch and release lake. Again, you'll see more of that in my video if you go to that. And there are subdivisions that are built kind of all around and bordering this. So if you're looking for something that maybe backs up to a park and you're like the Miami Township area, this would definitely be a good place to look. There's also Shawnee Lookout. This is another park with lots of hiking and beautiful views. As you can see, it comes down, borders here, and overlooks the Ohio River. So you definitely don't want to miss some of the views that has. And it also has shelters that you can reserve for birthday parties, things like that. One of my favorite spots, let's see where she is Cliff Road. All right, so Cliff Road runs right here along the Ohio River, and it has some stunning river views. And it was named Cliff Road for a reason, because if you go up there, like you'll see some of my B-roll footage that I have that you can put in right here. It is truly a drop-off cliff. So you don't want to mess around when you're up there. But when I was a kid, we had a relative that lived up there, and we'd go there every year for the fireworks display. And it was just beautiful. And you could see fireworks happening all over in Kentucky because you were just up so high and looking out over the river and over Kentucky right there. Okay, so a couple things to note about Miami Township. So you'll see on the map here, there is a couple different areas located within Miami Township. So you have Cleves, the village of Cleves, village of North Bend, the village of Addiston, and then you have Miami Heights, and Elizabethtown, I believe, is over here. So also for the census, they have designated areas within Miami Township. Grandview, Miami Heights, Shawnee, and a portion of Mac are located in Miami Township. Another one of the roads that you'll probably hear talked about maybe is East Miami River Road. And that runs down here, as you may have guessed, along the Great Miami River. Okay, so that's another main one here. And sometimes people look in that area because there aren't as many maybe zoning restrictions or requirements for building. So there are several like businesses, landscape businesses, excavating companies, things like that that have their shops located down here. Wesselman Road is another one that it runs kind of in and out of Miami Township, as you can see, and then it runs over here into Green Township. That's another one that there are a lot of private drives. Let's talk a little bit about what people think about Miami Township. According to niche.com, Miami Township gets a B+ overall grade. Looks like A- for housing, A- that it's good for families. Niche.com says that it offers residents a rural feel and most residents own their homes. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. There is only one public school in Miami Township. There's actually only one school in all of Miami Township, and all of Miami Township is serviced by Three Rivers Local School District. So a few years ago, Three Rivers built a whole new education campus here down off of Route 50. It's listed on here as the Ohio River Scenic Byway. Most people call it River Road or Route 50. And they built a whole new campus here. It has PK through 12th grade. So they sold off all the other elementary schools, middle schools, and stuff that they had throughout the township area, and they built a big new, brand new school. And it's a really beautiful school and campus. A little over 2,000 students from PK to 12. So they have a student-teacher ratio of about 19:1. There are other private schools that are nearby. They're not actually located in Miami Township. Most of them are over in Green Township if you opt to go that route. But like I said, Three Rivers Local School District is what services all of Miami Township here. According to niche.com, the median home value is $270,000. Looks like 88% versus 12% own their property, and only the 12% rent their property. So there's definitely not as many rentals in this part of the county, in this part of Cincinnati. Most of these are single family homes that you're going to find in Miami Township. According to niche.com, also Three Rivers Local School District, it gets a B for overall grade. It's ranked the number 9 best school district in Hamilton County. There are 22 public school districts, so it ranks number 9 on that list. Another nice thing in Miami Township is they have a really beautiful new community center that you can reserve for events, parties, gatherings, and it has the fire department and everything all in one building there, and it's a really nice building. I've been to several retirement parties, birthday parties, wedding showers, all kinds of things there. You do have to be a Miami Township resident to reserve it, and there is a fee. Yeah, so that's their community event center, Mitchell Memorial Forest. Oh, they do have a senior center down on North Miami Avenue in Cleves. Shawnee Lookout, we already talked about. The fire station is there. There's a couple fire departments that service Miami Township. They have lots of other programs for different ages. According to the last 2020 census, there was a population of almost 16,000. Looks like there's about just over 6,000 housing units. So in Miami Township, there is the percentage of veterans that live in Miami Township looks like it's about 6.1% according to the last census. Just to compare, in Hamilton County as a whole, they have 5.1%. So it is 1% higher than the county in general. All right, so it looks like although the renting population is low in Miami Township, the median gross rent, according to the last census, was about $900 a month, which is a little lower than the median gross rent for Hamilton County. That's closer to $1,000 a month. So like I said before, the home ownership rate, according to the last census, is about 88%. The home ownership rate in Hamilton County as a whole is 60%. So it has a much higher rate of home ownership. So you're going to see less rental properties in this area. There's not a lot of multifamilies or complexes like that in Miami Township. A lot of the condos that are there do also have like restrictions on being able to rent them. Sometimes you can rent only if it's an immediate family member. So that's just something to look into. If you're looking to buy a rental property, Miami Township is probably not going to have the most options for you. Let's look up how far Miami Township is from a few different things in the area. Let's look up Kings Island. One of the things I like to look up is Kings Island. Depending on where you're coming from in Miami Township, you're about 40 minutes over to Kings Island, which is an amusement park. And then Kenwood Town Center, which is the main large shopping area, is about 35 minutes from you. And that's located over here, kind of on the northeast side of the city. You are closer to Miami Whitewater Forest, which is out here in Whitewater Township. You're only about 20 minutes from there, depending on where you're at in Miami Township. Some parts may be a little bit closer. So like we talked about, Miami Township has a little bit more of a rural feel to it. There's not as many shopping and dining options. So when you come out here on out Bridgetown Road, you have a few places out here. You have Wild Mike's, which, in case you haven't already heard me mention, is probably one of my favorite places. That was one of my first jobs I ever had. Loved it, and I still love the food. That's how you know it's good. You work there for a long time and you still like it, it's good food. There's a little strip there. There's a scoreboard sports bar. There's also a Sullivan's. It's like a small grocery store. There's a bakery here. I believe there's a Chinese restaurant. Let me see if I zoom in, if that will. Yeah, Sullivan's. Oh, there's a pet supply store, Regina Bakery. Yeah, Lynn Great Wall. So there's a couple options there. And then you also have, just down the road, you have La Rosa's Pizza in Miami Heights. They have several locations around Cincinnati. They are a Cincinnati-based pizza company. They started here. So mostly all the way out Bridgetown Road, it's pretty much all residential. And then once you get out here to like downtown Cleves, pretty close to Route 50, there are some other things. There's Marilee's Hardware. So, you have your hardware store, you have a pharmacy, you have the library, the Cincinnati Public Library there. You do have some other little shops and restaurants. There's Nick's American Cafe down here, which I believe is really highly rated. Never actually been there, but it is. All right, and then over here further, you have the Java Jackets Coffee House. There's a Dollar General. Oh, another cool thing is there's the William Henry Harrison Memorial in Miami Township. So that's it's on Cliff Road. So that's kind of a cool thing there that you can go see. And they have a nature trail there, scenic views. So you just have a couple things there. Along River Road here, there's not a whole lot. Once you get down to Addiston, you're getting close to Sailor Park. There is a McDonald's down here. There's a gas station. Cabana on the river is a very popular place to go during the summertime. It's literally right on the river. They have sand volleyball. They're only open during the warmer months. But as you can see, it's a cool place. Scroll through some of the pictures here. Maybe my thing wants to work. Yeah. So, you're literally sitting right there on the river. So that's cool. You're always going to have some cool views, and they have like a little tiki bar area. So that's that. There's also a brewery down there, and then a little further down although Cabana's not actually located in Miami Township, you can see the border kind of stops right there before it, but it is super close right there on 50. And as you can see, there's another park right here on the river, Fernbank Park, and that's nice. They have a nice playground, lots of shelters that you can reserve. They have a paved biking and walking trail around the park. So like I said, that one's not actually in Miami Township, but very, very close. So Bridgetown Road, you come out there to Cleves. So when you go down on over here by Three Rivers, the school campus here, you do have a Skyline, a Roy Rogers. And your closest shopping here is Kroger. That's your closest larger grocery store. So as you can see, again, it's just outside. It's technically in Whitewater Township, but it is right there just across the Great Miami River. And then you also have another little park up here, the Miami Township West Community Park. One other thing I did want to mention that's located in Miami Township is Edgewater Motorsports Park. That's a really fun place. A lot of people like going to. Click on that here and we can go through some pictures, but it's like a cool little racing strip. It's very loud sometimes, so but it's right on the river. Super fun. I wonder if this will play. So lots of that happening, usually racing against each other. This little guy has his headphones on. But it's they have lots of events there, and sometimes they have their monster trucks and stuff. So it's just a cool little motorsports park there. And that's pretty much it as far as businesses go that are in Miami Township. Let me double check here. I think Western Ridge is actually in Green Township. Yeah, it is. Again, you know, right over in Green Township, you have a lot more shopping and dining options here along Harrison Avenue, which is obviously, as you can see, super close to Miami Township. But you have, you know, plenty of stuff. There's Harrison Avenue. You have Glenway. That has a lot of things right here. So Glenway is going to have like your Home Depot, your Target, has another Kroger, lots of fast food restaurants. Oh, if you're a skier, Perfect North Slopes is really close. So Lawrenceburg, Indiana, that's an area where there's a lot to do. There's a casino, Hollywood Casino. There's a Lawrenceburg Speedway. You have lots of shops and restaurants, and it's really gained a lot of popularity in the last several years. But one of the things there is Perfect North Slopes, which is a ski slope place that pretty much the only one in the area that's drivable on a regular basis. But that's only about 20 minutes, depending on where you're at in Miami Township, 20 minutes or less. And you can shoot out here on 275 or on Route 50. So it's a super easy drive, even from Green Township where I'm located. Now we're gonna do a search here in our Cincinnati MLS, see what type of single family properties they have for sale right now. So I'm going to type in Miami Township. Ooh, I forget which one it is. It might be MT, I think. I could probably do Hamilton County to make sure I get the right one, because there are several Miami Townships. Not all of them are in Hamilton County. And let's look at active and coming soon. So it looks like there's only 11 right now. Let's take a look at what those are. So as you can see on the map here, it looks like they are mostly in the Miami Heights area of Miami Heights, Cleves area, I would say. But you do have a couple, these are new builds out on Doris Place. There is a development back there that Miranda Homes, if that's something you're interested in building a house. Some of those lots actually back up to, this is Mitchell Memorial Forest. So as you can see, some of these lots that are back here in this new subdivision, back here, there's gonna be new lots back here, and those are gonna some of them are gonna back up to the Mitchell Memorial Forest. This is one listed at $514,000. It's a 4-bed, 4-bath, sits on about a half acre. Looks like it is about 2,400 square feet. All right, so that's one of them. Another street over, I believe this is another new build that's listed for $599. You have over here, actually in my other Miami Township video, I mentioned this one as I was walking around the neighborhood, giving you guys a tour of the area. This is one of the houses that was actually for sale at that time. So this is a, $1 million house, 3-bed, 5-bath on a half acre. Let's take a look at these couple other that are over here. Okay, Miami. This is a Fisher Homes development. These are a lot of new builds, Buck Ridge. Again, if you're thinking about building new, or some of these have river views, that is something that I can help you with. It's actually kind of nice to have somebody kind of on your side, encouraging you, cheering you along throughout that process of building. This subdivision has been being worked on for a while, but like I said, there's still lots available. They have a bunch of different options and floor plans. So this one's listed at $682,000. Yeah, this is to be built in the reserves at Deer Run. You can see from this picture here, this is from, the reserves at Deer Run, the picture that they have listed on the Cincinnati MLS. And you can see this neighborhood here. And as you can see, back here is where some of those lots are still available, and some of them are gonna have, views of the Ohio River here. This street here, this is the existing neighborhood, and there's side streets off of that. That's been established and been there. This is, your new construction area, and there are a couple streets down here off of it. One of the nice things about this development is that there's designated green space here, and as you can kind of see, there's a little walking trail that goes throughout here. And that is not ever going to be built on. That is part of the community. That's part of the grounds that the HOA covers. So that's kind of another nice feature in that community. So that's not a ton. You're ranging from mid 400,000s up to $1 million. So I'm just going to look to see, what properties are pending right now, which means they're already under contract. So it looks like there's 10 pending right now. And those range from $129,000 to $1.2 million. So, a wide range of options here, all relatively close to one another. Let's take a look. This Shady Lane one, I drove past this the other day. 1.2 million, I believe it is 29 acres. It's a 4-bed, 4-bath, about almost 5,500 square feet, it looks like. Has views of the Ohio River. It says it has 3,800 finished square feet, 4 beds, 3.5 baths. They have a barn on it as well. Yeah, so you can see the river here in the background of this house. Oh, here's the detached garage barn. That's big. If you're a car person, you're gonna love that. Okay, so yeah, you can kind of see the layout there. You have properties like that. This is a $315,000 house, 2,200 square feet, 4 beds, 3 baths. Lots of wooded options here. As you can see, this one has a lot of woods around it as well. This is down on East Miami River Road. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath for $150,000. It's a little river cottage. It's under 1,000 square feet. So whenever you're getting a property that's close to a river, you just want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence and checking to make sure it's not in a floodplain. And if it is, what kind of special insurance might be required for that. Sometimes that can make a house unattainable or undesirable depending on the situation. This one here on Bridgetown Road, it's pending at $195,000. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath, just under 1,000 square feet. It has a 1-car garage underneath. Looks like it may have some hardwood floors, updated kitchen. Unfinished basement, professionally waterproof basement, and a new roof. So those are just some of the options that are for sale right now. Well, they're under contract right now. And the last thing I'm going to look at, let's look at what's sold since the beginning of the year. There been many? Wow, 24 since the beginning of the year. So you also do have some condo options out here. I don't have that on my results, but there are several condo options if that's something that you're interested in looking for. This one on St. Cloud here, that is one that in my Miami Township video, I give you a tour of the inside, along with this Zion Hill Road, that's $315,000. For the most part, you're ranging anywhere from $200,000 up to $700,000 for what has sold just this year in 2024 at the time of this video. There's definitely not as many houses that are available or come for sale in Miami Township. You definitely do have a variety of price ranges to work with. If you're wanting a custom built home, there's options there. If you're wanting just a new build, there's options there. If you're wanting an existing home that's been updated, if you're looking for a fixer-upper, you kind of have options all across the board in Miami Township, which is, I think, a benefit. All right, so thanks for joining me today and taking a closer look at Miami Township, just one of the 12 townships located in Hamilton County on the western side of Cincinnati, Ohio. Miami Township, like we talked about and you saw, has so many options as far as living goes. While you don't have as many restaurant and shopping options, you are close to Green Township where there's a lot of those options. You're super close to the highway to jump on and go anywhere you need to go. And River Road, which is going to take you right to downtown Cincinnati. I wouldn't necessarily call it rural because there are so many neighborhoods located along Bridgetown Road, that main road that goes through. But you also have a lot of unique properties, back private drives, some properties that, before I was in real estate, I didn't even know existed because they were tucked back off the road and hidden, and you would never know. If that's something that you're looking for, I'd be more than happy to help you find that. Even if it's not, at least now you know that maybe Miami Township isn't where you want to look. So I would love to help you find a place here in Cincinnati, no matter what part of the city it's in. Don't hesitate to reach out using the contact information in the description box below.